So, what about the red coins here and there? Is that...
That might be just like, I don't know, maybe Mario got a kick out of setting up the training challenge with Junior and decided to have his own training course. So maybe he's got, like, all of this stuff set up across the Mushroom Kingdom to, like, train for needing to protect the Mushroom Kingdom from Bowser's forces in case they invade again. So maybe that's what all of this is. It's Mario's training exercise. But it's probably not. It's just a retelling of those events. Not every game is its own story. But, there is some story-relevant things that this game has to tell us.
Oh.
Specifically, if you would care to grab the manual that I have sitting on the table there.
Sure.
It's got, the story up in the first page, it's just the story of Super Mario Brothers, the original story of that game, which, as we said before, was that Bowser invaded the Mushroom Kingdom and turned all of the peoples into rocks and bricks and trees and stuff, and then only the princess could break the spell, and Mario came and saved the princess. The important thing that the manual here has to tell us, it's, I believe in the second paragraph, it mentions that only the daughter of the Mushroom King could break the spell. This is the first mention we have ever seen of the Mushroom King. And this has some implications, I think.
That Princess Toadstool was born?
That Princess Toadstool was not the ruler of the Mushroom Kingdom at the time. Her father, the king, was. That's why it wasn't the princess could break the spell, it's the daughter of the king could break the spell. I think the Mushroom King was killed in this war, this invasion. And the princess only ascended to power after Mario rescued her. That's why she's such a terrible ruler. That's why she's so bad with finances and why she's so vain and greedy with the kingdom's money, willing to spend it all on her own benefit. Because she's not a ruler. She was never meant to be a ruler. She just, she's kind of a spoiled brat who wound up in a ruler's position because her father died. Unexpectedly, in a war, in an invasion. So,
An invasion where everyone turned into bricks and mushrooms.
Not everyone, you see. Because there's another thing in the manual here that is, interesting to note. In the manual, there are entries for all of the different enemies in the game.
Yes.
And it mentions for Goombas that they are mushroom people who betrayed the Mushroom Kingdom.
Okay.
So, I think maybe Goombas used to be, like, second-class citizens in the Mushroom Kingdom? And so when Bowser invaded, like, they rose up and helped him. Because he offered them, you know, proper social status within society. And, like, gave it to them. Bowser's actually a good ruler. He just hates the Mushroom Kingdom.
And is trying to remove all their sources of power, be it money or literal power stars.
Yep. That is everything that I've got story-wise, though. So, that'll be probably it for this. You know, the rest of this video that you see after I edit it is just going to be fast-forwarding through the rest of, Lost levels. And then we'll get to I'll do off-camera challenge mode without live commentary, and we'll have that. And then there is there are those Luigi and Boo icons. I remember what the Boo icon is. I don't actually remember what the Luigi icon is. But, we'll find... No, wait, this was the Luigi icon, right.
Yes.
It was the Lost Levels, this thing that I'm playing right here. Come on. Damn it. Right, there's another block. Okay. So, yeah, there's the Boo icon. That is another game mode that I'll show. But, otherwise, it's just gonna be kind of cleaning up the rest of the unlocks in this game.
Okay.
So, thanks for joining. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and
Tell your friends the story of Mario.
Yes, tell your friends about all the things you have heard today. The 100% true and undisputable story of Mario. The things that they don't want you to know. The complete, real history. Tell them! Tell them all!
Goodbye.
And then I did all of the rest of the Lost levels, and here it is. Although I should actually specify, this isn't technically the Lost levels. Because they changed a lot of things in here to make it easier. They removed the wind mechanic. A lot of the jumps are... Like, the jumps that you had to do, the absolute maximum possible running jump, a lot of those were made shorter. There were just... It's just a lot of things, any jumps that required Koopa hopping to get through things, because they used the original game's Koopa hop mechanics.
Yeah.
The actual Lost levels had weird Koopa hop mechanics where you could propel very high off of Koopa hop. So they had to change things to remove the need for that, because they didn't want to use multiple different engines. Luigi, as with other modes, does not play differently in the... It's Super Mario Bros. For super players. It's based off of the Lost levels, but the actual Lost levels are a hell of a lot harder. Yeah, Lost levels was where I had the most trouble with the screen scrolling.
Yeah,
and,
because
the limited
they really...
Because there are... Like, that's part of the reason, I think, why they shortened a lot of jumps. Was because if they had the jumps, the original... There's a, even with the changes they made, there's a lot of blind jumps because of the limits of the screen. Overall, though, it was still, even with the screen limitation, it was easier than the original Lost levels. So, like, it still took me quite a while, but I was actually, after the live commentary session, I think it was actually only another hour that it took me to get through the rest. So, yeah, original Lost levels took me like 3 or 4 hours to get through. Sidebar will correct that, but yeah, it was not that bad. And you are a super player. Congratulations. It's the same thing that they say at the end of the second quest.
Thanks, Luigi.
Yes. And then you get this. You get this nifty remix of the Starman theme with the credits roll. And seeing this made me realize I'm pretty sure I never cleared this as a kid. I have no memory whatsoever of this remix. And this sounds pretty cool to me, so. This is, yeah, that's what you get, and that's the credits roll of this game, so beating Super Mario Bros. For super players is the official, here, you've done it. You've beat the game.
Well,
so,
what's next?
Well, there's still the other game modes, the versus modes to go through, and then there'll be clean up, watching, seeing the rest of the album. And then, as I briefly mentioned during our challenge stuff, I've got one more video at the end that is... It's a special, another experiment video. Instead of all the tedium this time, it's all the deaths. Every single death that I incurred in trying to 100% clear this game will be in a video. They'll be in a couple of days, though, because, again, we've still got the versus modes to go through. So, we will see those in a bit. Also, before that, there's a little bit more here to see. There's another award ceremony, because you get an award for clearing Super Mario Brothers for super players.
Just the Luigi Award?
It's the Yoshi Award. Luigi doesn't get an award.
No one likes Luigi. That's a shame.
King of Second Bananas. Anyway, yeah, that's it for faux lost levels. So yeah, come back tomorrow for versus modes.